everyone. How is everyone doing? We good? Good. I'm Lou Crenshaw, one half of Bite of Wellness, which is two best friends changing the world one real conversation at a time. So thank you for joining me. If you would like to share this and you have an iPhone, you can slide left to right. If you have an Android, you can slide it up and it will share. So I'm gonna wait just for a couple more people to come on and tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name's Lou Crenshaw. You can find us at biteofwellness.com. We are two best friends having some challenging conversations about life. I am a personal trainer, have been for the last 12 years. I love the platform of fitness. Face is kind of really bright, huh? Oh well. So I love the platform of fitness to help people grow. And that's my ultimate goal. I love seeing people grow and get better and sometimes get a little uncomfortable and sometimes struggle, and I love it. Some of you guys out there have worked with me before and you kind of know that's what it's about, and some of you are new to this. So welcome again, Bite of Wellness. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So every week we are talking about certain subjects, and this week we are talking about the trifecta of wellness. And last night we did a video on the link between your heart, your mind, and your body. Your mind, your soul, your spirit, your mind, your spirit, your body, all of those things. So when we talk about that, we were talking about how there's a dualistic mentality that sometimes we don't really think that our spiritual life has anything to do with our body and our body has nothing to do with our spiritual life. And so tonight what I want to talk about is that, and when I say spirituality, I can mean a lot of different things, but I'm really talking about the state of your spirit, the state of your mind, the state of your heart, and how that affects your body, and how the topic for this evening is that the matters of your heart and mind, they manifest themselves physically. Yeah. So I'm reading this really amazing book right now called The More Excellent Way, and it's talking about disease related to spiritual health. And this man is talking about how he's seen over the years that about 80% of all disease is linked to a spiritual root. And again, so when I say spiritual, it can mean a lot of different things, and it more being the state of your heart. So we're talking about bitterness, we're talking about resentment, we're talking about anger, we're talking about self-hatred, we're talking about pride, we're talking about abuse, we're talking about the things that really affect your person, the way that your heart functions, the way that your mind functions, the way that you function in relationship, what you believe about yourself to be true. So these things, they affect your body. Bitterness, it rots your bones. And we are living in a extremely diseased nation with, like, we're on the cutting edge of all medicine, and yet we just keep getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Some sort of side effect to it, and yet we take more medicine and more medicine to deal with our stuff, right? But what if cancer's best friend was bitterness? And what if there's bitterness brewing inside of you that is actually diseasing your body? It's like gangrene. It's what my massage therapist said today. It's like gangrene. Or she said like woodworms. Bitterness leads to resentment, leads to anger, leads to violence, leads to murder. And I'm not just talking like physical violence and physical murder. I'm talking about violence with your mouth, violence with the way that you treat people, murder in that your words kill and cut people down or kill relationships, marriages, etc. So the matters of your heart and mind, they matter. And so you can be taking care of your body and have this fine body, 6-pack, you should see my butt, and yet the things that come out of your mouth are gross. They're not kind. You got a great body, but most people don't want to hang out with you. You function in a lot of self-pity, but your body's rocking. So we can't disconnect the two. My body has everything to do with my mind, and my heart and my mind have everything to do with my body. And so if I'm not taking care of my body, things happen in my heart and my mind. If I start to get chubby and I'm not fitting in my clothes the way that I want, then things start to happen in my heart and my mind. I might start comparing myself to other people. I might not want to let people touch me, or like, ooh, let's not hug me because I'm feeling a little fluffy. Okay? Or your spouse. You don't want your spouse, you don't want to be intimate with your spouse because you don't feel confident about yourself. So that's not great for a marriage, because that intimacy is necessary. And so we don't feel great about our bodies, so we cover it up a little bit more, and then we start masking our own self. So you guys kind of picking up what I'm putting down here, that these can't coexist independently. They are dependent on one another. And like I said last night, you have a heart and a mind and a spirit that dwells inside of a physical body. You are a spiritual being inside of a physical body. So you can't separate them and hope that they don't affect one another, because they do. Chronic pain? You have chronic pain throughout your whole body? Who hurt you? You're allergic to everything under the sun? What is tormenting your heart and your mind? Who have you not forgiven? Who hurt you and you only want revenge upon them instead of forgiving them? There are studies out there that shows that forgiveness is really good for your soul. Like, people who have cancer start to deal with their wounds of life and their cancer goes away. What? What? The matters of your heart and mind, they affect you physically. You take care of your body in as much as you value yourself. And that can be on both ends of the spectrum. So you over-exercise because you just want to be accepted and you think you need to look a certain way. Or you exercise a lot, you eat horribly, and then you go throw up in the toilet. Or you don't eat a lot of food, you exercise a lot because you just want to be small and out of the way. But again, it's a matter of the heart and the mind. There's a lie that has crept into your life, and you believe that if you look a certain way, then you'll have value. Or your mom told you that you were fat when you were small, or your dad told you that you were fat when you were small, or that you'd be prettier if you lost weight. All of those things, there's a root to what we believe about ourselves and what we believe about our body. My 5th grade teacher told me that if I did not stop playing recess with the boys, that and start wearing more dresses, because I didn't wear enough dresses, that I was never going to go anywhere in life. And so there was something that I constantly believed. So for years, I've been an athlete, I've been a personal trainer, but that doesn't mean that I feel comfortable in my own skin. I've got quads, I got shoulders, I got calves, I got a booty. Like, I have a very athletic body, and most of the time I just wished that I was really, really skinny, that I couldn't run fast, jump high, or lift a lot of weight. And so being uncomfortable in your own skin doesn't really leave you open to be authentic or vulnerable or real with people. Yet we look at it and we're like, oh, that doesn't really matter. That's silly. But I was told at a very young age that my athleticism was not beautiful and that it was not okay, but that I would make it in life when I wore more dresses. So the struggle of my life has been, am I still beautiful, and is my body still beautiful if it's strong and it has muscles? Because I can't really get rid of them. I came out of the womb with them. So would you still find me beautiful if I was really strong and really fast and I could jump really high? And I live in workout clothes a lot. So then you're not even enjoying living in your own skin. But I didn't even know what else to do. I didn't know what other profession to do. I'm not good at dancing unless I've had a lot of drinks, and even then it's questionable. I wear workout clothes a lot. I don't sing. I can, but it's not pretty. And I've talked about this before, but we get into this struggle when we have like actual heart wounds that never get healed. And so I needed my heart to get healed and to accept the body that God actually gave me and to do what I was created to do, and not questioning my own beauty. Because when I question my own beauty, I'm really questioning who I am as a woman, because every single woman desires to know that she is beautiful, just like every man desires to know that he's enough, right? So can you see how messed up this gets? Like, it gets so messed up. So messed up. So I want to leave you with that. I want you to ask yourself the question: have you been attempting to live with a heart and a mind separate from a body? Have you lived dualistic in your thinking that they don't have anything to do with each other? So, yes or no? Also, if so, where did the lie creep in? If so, what is the lie? And then thirdly, can you pinpoint the bitterness? Can you pinpoint the root that has left you sick? Because sickness of the heart, guys, the number one killer in America is heart disease. Heart disease. We have a lot of sick, hopeless, lonely, broken people who just want to be loved. They just want to belong. But let's give you a little bit more drugs. Should you go out and exercise? Yes. Should you balance your diet? Yes. I'm not saying go crazy, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, when you really start to look at certain spiritual roots, it kind of puts things in perspective and maybe gives us a little bit to move forward in, so that we can be healthy and whole. Because wellness is not just about fitness. It's not just about food. It's not just about what pre or post workout supplement you use. Wellness is health in your body and your mind, in your whole being. But wellness is deliberate effort. So we actually have to work for it. We can't just exist and hope to be well in our heart, in our mind, and in our bodies. So I'm just going to leave you with that. Thank you for joining me. biteofwellness.com. You can follow us on Instagram. You can watch us on Periscope. Please, if you haven't followed us yet, please follow us on Periscope. And tell your friends, if you know somebody that needs to hear this, maybe post it on their Facebook, or just send them the link. You can get the link separate. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys are able to find the deeper places that might be affecting your physical body. All right, I'm out.